Hey everybody, Josie here, and I just got out of watching Baby Driver. Baby Driver is the new movie by Edgar Wright, and it's basically about this guy who is a, a getaway driver and works for Kevin Spacey's character, who is like I guess a crime boss or something. I don't know what his title would be, but basically he organizes these crimes, these heists, and he's the getaway driver, and his Kevin Spacey's character, he never assembles the same crew more than once. So you see a few heists, and each time it's a different crew. So he gets one crew. After the heist is done, they pay up. Everyone goes in separate ways. But he keeps using Baby as the driver, and that's because Baby owes him a debt. It's never really. I mean, they do explain it towards the middle of the movie what that debt is, but basically, he has to do these heists and pay him for this debt, and he's like one heist away from being square or being even. But you know, it's one of those movies, as you would probably expect, where the character has one last heist to do, one last job. But of course, that's never really the case. You can't just retire from this lifestyle whenever you see fit. Something's always going to drag you back in, and that's basically the core of the movie or the plot. It is one thing to mention is that the character Baby, he has like this condition, or I forget what they called it, but he suffered an accident when he was a kid, and because of this accident, he has this problem with his hearing, where he always hears like this hum, and it's irritating. So the way he drowns it out is by always listening to music. So you see him throughout the whole movie, uh, with his iPod earphones on, and this is kind of a problem, and I think it's gonna be a problem for most people because um, it's basically Edgar Wright just playing a whole bunch of music throughout the whole movie, and some of the music's cool, some of it just doesn't work, and oftentimes it feels like you're watching a music video as opposed to a movie, and that's a stylistic choice. I know that's what he was intending to do, but I don't think it works all that well all the time. But when he's driving, I think it works great, but the other times when he's not, I don't think it works all that well. And unfortunately, it's the whole movie. He's listening to his music and you're listening to it, and I don't know. I didn't like that aspect. I'm pretty sure some people will, and I know Edgar Wright fans are gonna love his stylistic choices. I don't, I don't agree with all of them, but that's just my opinion. The driving itself, I think that those are the highlight moments of this movie. There's a lot of very slick driving. However, I think towards the later half, the driving they start doing a lot of like editing, so it's a little bit difficult to see what's going on because the first heist in the beginning of the movie, there's some pretty cool stunts and like driving maneuvers that he does, and you see it like in wide shots and what one take, and I feel like the other ones don't live up to what the first driving scene did. They're not bad. It just feels like they kind of showed their best in the beginning, and the rest just kind of fall flat. The ending scene, the ending chasing, that one was better, but not because of what was happening, not because of the actual driving, but probably the emotional things that were happening in that point of the movie. So that stuff's pretty cool. I really like the cast in this movie as well. Like I mentioned, Kevin Spacey, I think he's great. Then you got John Hamm. Now, John Hamm, I loved him in this movie. I think he's the highlight for me. He's just, I don't know how to describe his characters, but he's really cool. He's really cool, and I really like his character. Then you get Jamie Foxx. I don't like his character, but that was kind of the point. You're not supposed to like him. He's kind of a douche, and I think Jamie Foxx pulled that role off very well, and I think too well, where I just hated him. But it served the purpose, and that was the point of his character, was to be this like I said, a douche, and it just works very well. Then you got the other girl, I forget her name, but she was pretty great too. Like I said, I think the whole cast was great in this movie, and then Baby's love interest, the girl, I think them together have a lot of chemistry, and it works really well. I was worried when they first came on screen together because in the beginning, I don't think the chemistry was there right away, and and that was due mostly to the fact that maybe he doesn't talk a lot. You know, he's a man of few words because, like I said, he's always drowning himself in the music, and in the beginning, you know, it's kind of weird. Like, how could a person be interested in someone else when they don't even say anything? But little by little, they do convince you, and eventually you do see their chemistry. So my worry went away pretty quickly, and I was quickly on board with them. Um, yeah, I did feel the movie was way too long. I think it was just under 2 hours, but honestly, I felt like I was in there for like 2.5 hours. Like, I just wanted it to be over. I feel like there was maybe just one heist too many, or a certain thing happens in the middle of the movie that just you could have taken away, which I won't spoil, but it's just a bump in the road that I don't think was completely necessary. Like, you could have still had your story without that, but I don't know. I just feel like it went way too long. And and yeah, like I said, my only real issues with the movie was the music and the fact that it did feel like a music video for a whole bunch of the movie. Um, Other than that, I think it's a pretty cool movie. I would recommend it, especially if you're an Edgar Wright fan, and if you are looking for like a movie of this type, or like a movie with like driving and all this stuff, but with a more stylistic view on it. Then I think you'll have a good time. Just don't expect like a super huge blockbuster or Fast and the Furious type stuff, because this is a lower budget. Uh, but they do very well with their budget, and like I said, be expecting something different, because I can't stress enough how stylized this movie is, and it doesn't always work. But if you stick with it, I think you'll find enjoyment in this movie. And anyway, you guys, those are my thoughts on Baby Driver. I'd like to hear your opinions, and if you guys like this movie, or if you guys are planning to see this movie. And yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.